Also on that MVP card, the co-main event was Nate Diaz versus Mike Perry. Now listen, the king of violence gets it done. Mike Perry with a second round TKO, doctor stoppage, whatever you want to call it. Well, it was a doctor stoppage, but pretty much TKO. Wow. Mike Perry looked like $1,000,000 and Nate Diaz looked like he should retire. That's the moral of this fight. You know, by the start, Mike Perry was on Nate Diaz, throwing bombs, trying to make it violent, what he did successfully. Was constantly just going for the big Hail Mary, constantly landing. You know, Nate Diaz kind of didn't want none of it, getting busted open, getting cut left, right, centre, getting hurt. You know, Nate did have some little stuff in round one where there was a bit of submission threat, but Mike Perry soon got up and kept on marching forward and just beating the living hell out of Nate Diaz. Now, for Mike Perry, I just feel like he should just keep doing what he's doing. The BKFC thing, the bare knuckle stuff, another more big MMA shows with favourable, like fun matchups. You know, there's so many guys out there. What would be fun for Mike Perry? You know, I can't think of anyone on the top of my head, but there will be matchups out there. For Nate Diaz, honestly, after that performance, I would think retire. You know, I love Nate Diaz. I think Nate Diaz is one of the biggest stars in MMA history. But after that performance, it's like, right, you're in your 40s. You get cut up easily. Do you need to be taking that sort of damage at this age? Like this part of your career, how old you are, you know. He gets cut every single fight. I don't think that will be very good for him. Getting punched like that against someone, especially like a Mike Perry, was just dangerous because Mike Perry's not going to stop. He's going to keep going until the fight is over. And yeah, Mike Perry just pummels him. So I think for Nate Diaz, you know, I don't think there's ever going to be a UFC return. Dustin Poirier even did like a little interview saying like, I don't even want the Nate Diaz fight anymore if I was to come back, because after that performance, it would just be like if I was picking an easy fight. And I completely agree with that. You know, looking at Dustin Poirier's last fight against Max to then Nate Diaz's fight against Mike Perry, you would easily pick Dustin Poirier. But listen, Mike Perry got a sensational win against, obviously, Nate Diaz. So congratulations to him. For him, just do the BKFC stuff. It's super fun, love it and all that. But yeah, make sure to drop a comment, guys, subscribe, I like all that business, and I'll catch you in a bit.